This week we have a new moon in Virgo, Mars the warrior is shifting into water sign Cancer, and Mercury, ruler of the mental realm, is shifting back into its home sign of Virgo. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the week of Monday, September 2nd through Sunday, September 8th, 2024. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment. Here to do the weekly intuitive energy forecast. For this week, we're going to be using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland for the main message for everyone. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, it's going to be coming from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, and this is by Alberto Villaldo and Colette Barron Reed. So before we get into looking at your stones of choice or talking about the astrology for the week, let's go ahead and settle in and do an empowered moment. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, exhale and relax your body and clear your mind of all thoughts. At least for the moment, focusing on the present moment, the here and now. Visualizing, sensing, seeing, feeling, or just knowing that you're surrounded in this beautiful golden white light of unconditional love, guidance, peace, healing, and protection. Take in a deep breath and breathe in that golden white light into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, let go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. This week we have a new moon in the sign of Virgo, and new moons are about new beginnings. Virgo rules the mental realm. Thoughts, ideas, communication, logic, analysis, information. So these new beginnings are on the mental body level. These new beginnings relate to information and messages of a practical nature, maybe related to work or family or home, the everyday details of life. We're focusing with this new moon in Virgo on new beginnings to accomplish tasks, to get our work done, to be of service to other people. And most importantly, Virgo likes to integrate the pieces of the puzzle. Virgo likes to focus on the small details, and in this sense, we're focusing on the small aspects within ourselves, the aspects that need healing and reintegration, our soul pieces that need to find their way home to us so that we can be made whole again. So set the intention that healing in this week and the weeks beyond are going to be about your healing of your thoughts and perceptions, the healing and reintegration of these soul pieces from old challenges or traumas from this and previous lifetimes, calling back your soul pieces. Call them back now. Calling back your gifts and talents, your wisdom, your magic. And taking in a deep breath with this intention, breathing in that intention of this inner healing and reintegration process taking place within you. And as you exhale and in your own time, when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and return to this time and place and space. Let's get ready to look at our stones of choice for this week. So our first stone of choice is this red tiger eye. Now tiger eye normally is kind of a brown and golden brown color, but this one is red. So this is going to relate to the root chakra, and the root chakra is about our sense of stability, security, groundedness. And red tiger eye is going to help us with motivation and focus. And it's also a stone of good luck and abundance. Our second stone of choice is abalone shell. So abalone shell is going to relate to the elements of water, air, and spirit. So because of that watery connection, it's a stone, or really a shell, that relates to bringing in a sense of harmony, peace, and tranquility. And it also helps to transform negative vibrations into positive vibrations. And then the last stone of choice for this week is a slice of blue agate. Isn't that a beautiful, it's almost the color of my dress. It is the color of my dress. So this is going to relate to throat chakra energy, right? And what is throat chakra energy? This blue agate is going to focus on the ability to express our truth clearly and confidently. It helps with mental clarity, and it helps obviously with communication. So again, our stones of choice for this week are the red tiger eye, the abalone shell, and the blue agate. So let's put those aside. Let's talk about the astrology for the week. There is a lot going on this week. It seems like there's been a lot going on these last few weeks, right? But we start out on Monday the 2nd of September with Mercury, ruler of the mental realm, and it's still in Leo right now. Remember, it started a retrograde motion a few weeks ago at 4 degrees of Virgo, and it retrograded back into Leo. It's now gone direct, and it's still in Leo, but by the end of this week, it is going to move back into Virgo. But on Monday, it's still in Leo, and it's in a positive connection to Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. And so this gives us this kind of harmonious, flowing energy of healing regarding our speech, our communication, our thoughts and ideas that we hold and express with confidence. And this is the same day as the new moon. So Monday the 2nd of September, we have a new moon at 11 degrees of Virgo. We kind of talked about what that new moon is about in our little meditation. New moons are new beginnings, fresh starts, planting new seeds. And Virgo is this sign that deals with healing and reintegration. It deals with the mental realm of thoughts, ideas, information, messages, communication. It's very logical, it's very practical. And so there's new beginnings on that mental body level. And also on Monday the 2nd, we've got Mars, the planet of energy, action, and forward movement, who's currently in Gemini. So vacillating all around the last few weeks that he's been in Gemini. There's been maybe a lack of focus, a lack of direction, or at the very least confusion and feeling unsure about our path and just kind of being a little ungrounded and all over the place. On Wednesday, we start out with Mars and Gemini in what's called an inconjunct to Pluto, planet of death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, change, who is now retrograded back into Capricorn for a few weeks. So there's this transformation that is happening with our forward movement and direction, but we have to make some adjustments. Maybe we have to adjust how we're thinking about our movement forward, or maybe we have to adjust in regards to the choices and decisions that we're making. But very shortly after Mars connects with Pluto in that way, on the very same day, September 4th, Wednesday, Mars, the warrior planet, is moving into Cancer, where it's going to be until November 13th. So Now, Mars is a fiery planet, right? Forward movement, energy, action, motivation. That's Mars, the warrior. And it's moving into water sign Cancer. The water of Cancer is maybe watering down that fiery, passionate forward movement a little bit. He's still moving forward, but he's going to have to move forward through some emotional energies, right? That's where he's moving forward through. There's going to be maybe a focus on moving forward with home and family matters, emotional matters, matters of the heart, matters that deal with caretaking, and counseling, and just kind of being that loving mother archetype for others. Now, again, that lasts until November 13th. On Friday, the 6th of September, we're back to Mercury, planet of the mental realm, still in Leo, and it's going to be in a challenging square aspect to Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus brings surprises. Uranus brings change, redirection. It's about freedom, liberation, individuality, beating to the beat of your own drum. So Mercury challenging Uranus might bring some unexpected communications or an unexpected expression from you as far as communications. It could bring some revelations, something surprising that maybe you hadn't thought of before or you didn't think was really happening, but it is. This is a challenging connection, but it still can bring the aha moments and the kind of light bulb going on, the flashes of insight. You know, it's still bringing that. Now, Mercury's in Leo, which is very leadership, take charge oriented, that lion energy of confidence and courage. So again, we might exude that confidence, courage, and leadership ability, and Uranus comes in maybe and blindsides us a little bit with some sort of change or redirection. So just be prepared for that. And then on Saturday, the 7th of September, we've got the Sun, which is in Virgo, opposing Saturn, which is the planet of restriction, limitation, delays, patience, karmic lessons in the sign of Pisces. So again, that Virgo and Pisces energy, it's really healing and integration and moving through a karmic clearing. And, we might feel a little insecure that day. We might feel a little held back from expression that day. We might feel a little fearful that day with the Saturn kind of energies at play here. But I feel like there's a healing process going on an energetic level with this. On Sunday, the 8th of September, we wind out the week here with Mercury in Leo, connecting to Neptune in Pisces, and Mercury in Leo connecting to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, Neptune in Pisces is at 29 degrees, the last degree of Pisces. Pluto in Capricorn is at 29 degrees Capricorn, the last degree of Capricorn. So here's Mercury in Leo at the last degree of Leo, and it's in conjuncting, which is a difficult aspect where we have to make, again, some adjustments. We have to make some adjustments in how we're thinking, perceiving, speaking, communicating. And because it's Neptune and Pluto involved here, we're, I think, transcending some old patterns. We're transforming some old patterns. We're moving through transitional energies on a higher spiritual level. So it's about our evolution and growth on some level. And I feel like that has to do with, again, how we're expressing ourselves. And then after that, on Sunday, Mercury does move back into its home sign of Virgo, almost out of its shadow, but not quite. It'll be out of its shadow probably by the end of next week, sometime, because it started its retrograde cycle at 4 degrees of Virgo. Now it's moving into the 0 degree point of Virgo on Sunday, and it's going to be in Virgo until September 26th. So before the end of this month, so definitely probably by next week, it's out of its shadow, where things are becoming more clear, where things are starting to be revealed. Communication mishaps or technological mishaps, they're starting to kind of clear out and right themselves a little bit. Remember, Mercury in Virgo is very logical and analytical and concise and practical and grounded in its communication style and its ability to want to take care of the details, take care of the tasks, get things done, It's like making those little phone calls, where we have to like call all these companies to change our address, which is, what I'm doing because I just moved. And so there's all these little things that you have to take care of, these little details when you move from one location to another. And so this is the type of energy that we have going on with that. All right, so that's a little bit about the astrology. Let's go ahead and look at what our angels and guides have to say for the week. And there's a lot of cards too. 2 cards, 2 cards, and 2 cards. So a total of 6 cards here. And the first card is Major Arcana 0 with new beginnings. Now in the traditional tarot, this is like the Fool card, where it is a new beginning. We're taking a leap of faith. Maybe we're taking a risk. We don't know what's ahead of us. We can't see where we're going to land. That's usually the Fool card. But the Fool always kind of trusts and has faith and just takes the big leap, takes the big risk. Usually he's seen jumping off a cliff. Right here, the Fool is seen closing a door behind him, not even looking back, and taking a step forward. And the Fool is taking the step forward with its staff. It looks like she is on the planet Earth, right? So she's staying grounded as she takes this movement forward. It feels like a little maybe less of a chance or a risk because this Fool is not jumping off the cliff. Maybe we've had a plan for quite a while and we're just now being able to execute the plan. Maybe because that was Mercury retrograde for the last few weeks. But she looks to be very grounded and she's looking ahead and she knows kind of what's ahead of her here. But she's definitely not looking back. She's not looking back at that door that's closed behind her. So let's see what came out with the Fool card here and the new beginnings. We've got the 7 of emotional. This is like the 7 of cups, and it says choose wisely. The 7 of cups, there can be some emotional confusion, right? You can see all these hands kind of pointing or putting their hand out in different directions towards different things. And with the suit of cups, this is again an emotional situation or circumstances that bring up our emotions and kind of knock us off our center a little bit. And with that number 7 numerologically, sometimes things happen where it doesn't make sense and we feel like we don't have all the information or all of the details or all of the puzzle pieces, and that's why they don't make sense. But we just have to muddle through this emotional time. We have to just keep moving forward. Now, even though this is not a suit of swords, we do have some birds up here. Looks like birds to me flying around. So there's messages coming in. We just have to stay grounded and centered enough to focus on what are these messages from the universe or from our angels and guides. Or maybe they're even messages and communications from other people that are trying to provide some sort of emotional security or sense of assistance of some way in how we're moving forward or to help us to move forward into this new chapter of our lives. This is the first of the major arcana, so we're definitely moving into a new energy here. So choose your path wisely, make your decisions wisely. There might be different choices and you really should take some time if you can, especially with Mercury now going back into its home sign of Virgo, to contemplate what makes sense for you, not what makes sense for other people, but what makes sense for you. And try to balance the emotional body and the mental body as you're doing it. All right, let's look at the next 2 cards. The first of those is the 5 of spiritual. This is like the 5 of wands or the 5 of fire in the traditional tarot. And it says at the bottom, obstacles and challenges. Whenever we have the 5 minor arcana cards, there's the suit of wands or cups or swords or pentacles. Usually the 5 of whatever suit, there's a little bit of chaos and confusion. There's a little bit of unfocused or ungrounded energy. And this is the suit of spiritual. So there's ungrounded spiritual energy. Maybe there's some karmic challenges or obstacles to kind of maneuver through. And you can see there's like a stone bridge, but there's a break within the stone bridge. You don't want to fall deep down into this hole and into this cavern. We just have to, kind of slow ourselves down a little bit because that number 5 energy can be quick and ungrounded and unfocused and not paying attention. So we want to try to stay grounded and pay attention. Now this this break in the bridge, it's not huge. You can see by the size of this person's feet that's crossing the bridge. If they're careful and they pay attention, they'll be able to get to the edge and just take a bigger step right over that break in the bridge and get to the other side and continue to move forward. And so in this way, there's changes coming and a little bit of unstable maybe energies, especially with spiritual lessons, I guess you could say. And so pay attention to what are those spiritual lessons. I also feel like here with the card of the spiritual, there's all these guides, these angels, these little bright, golden yellow lights here that are assisting and helping and guiding and protecting you as you cross this bridge into whatever lies on the other side. Let's see what the next card is that came out with this. Okay, so this is the Five of Mental. So we do have another 5 card. This is like the 5 of Swords, and it says conflict and defeat. This person looks tired. This person is unstable. This person has to support themselves as they kind of walk down the stairs here. So again, we're having to maybe slow down, be aware, be a little bit cognizant of what's going on around us. There's a lot of chaotic with the 2 5s. Chaotic and insecure and unstable maybe energies going on. This is more on the spiritual level. This is more on the mental level. This could bring in some challenging communications with other people, some difficulties in expressing your thoughts and ideas with other people, or you're just having a hard time with anxiety or nervous energy on a mental body level. So just keep focusing on the idea that we started out with this card of new beginnings, and that's where you're needing to focus your energy and know that you're moving towards. Let's look at the next card. The next card is the Four of Emotional. So we've got a spiritual card, a mental card, and now an emotional card. And the Four of Emotional here at the bottom says discontent and boredom. This is like the Four of Cups, where we feel a little stifled emotionally, a little stuck emotionally, maybe even a little depressed emotionally, maybe frustrated and angry emotionally. Now, there's a big, beautiful castle here in the background in this picture, but this person has its back to it, not looking at it, not looking at the possible blessings that lie ahead, but instead he's stuck and caught in his own emotions and emotional despair. And so this is just kind of saying, let's turn around and let's see what lies ahead of us. Let's see what these new beginnings might be all about, because these new beginnings, which is a very positive thing, may lead us to our hopes, dreams, and wishes here, this castle. It might lead us to a new sense of security and blessings. So don't get caught up in the mental and the emotional, chaos and stuckness of what these cards are representing or giving us messages about. And the last card that comes out with the Four of Emotional is Major Arcana 14. This is the Patience card. So this is like temperance, and temperance is about balance, moderation, and patience. So we're needing to just slow down. They have a seed here, and the seed has some magical energy to it, right? When we plant a seed, it has the potential to grow into something, but we have to wait, and we have to water it, and we have to nurture it, and we just have to be patient with what is coming and what's going to occur. I don't know what's going on over his mental, head here, but there's like this cap on, and it's half purple and it's half gold. So stay in your higher soul self with that purple, and stay in your confidence with that gold. Looks like there's a flower growing here. Actually, that is part of the seed. So have patience. This is already starting to grow. There's already something that's blossoming in your life, but maybe you can't see the full extent of what that is and what that might be. So again, just stay balanced, have patience, and in time, something beautiful is going to reveal itself. Let's go ahead and see what your special message is depending on your stone of choice. The first stone of choice was that red tiger eye. So let's see what message we have for this week for the red tiger eye people. This one's calling my attention. Straddling worlds. Well, that probably makes a little sense. At the bottom, it says wandering between realms. I feel like, you're back and forth, third dimensional paradigm, higher dimensional, fifth dimensional paradigm, feeling stuck in karmic lessons or old patterns, moving forward into new beginnings and new possibilities. So I feel like you're kind of vacillating back and forth. You're having a little bit of a struggle to stay in that higher energy. I like that this angel has a lot of purple in it. If this is an angel, I guess it looks like an angel with wings here, purple and blue. So to me, speak your truth and be authentic, even with yourself. Speak your truth and be authentic with yourself and also with other people, and communication matters. Stay connected to your higher soul self with that purple crown chakra energy. Stay connected to the God mind, to your angels and guides, to listening to the wisdom of the higher realms, because they're going to help, and this angel is going to help you to stay in a higher place. Let's put that back in the deck. And the next stone of choice was the abalone shell. Special message for this week for abalone shell. This one is calling my attention. Ooh, okay, we've got joyful muse and inspiration. So this is kind of a message for you to stay in a place of joy and gratitude and focus on creative energies, creative projects, creative gifts, anything that brings you joy, right? It's like we've got our pets bring us joy, and maybe maybe music brings us joy, our creative projects bring us joy. Whatever it is that brings you a sense of putting a smile on your face and laughter in your heart, maybe it's watching funny movies, spending time with good friends, going on a little mini vacation, whatever that might be, this is going to help to inspire you to move through these energies. And again, in the end of it all, it's going to lead you to a much better place. We've got a lot of colors going on here. We've got the green and the orange and the red and the yellows. And so keeping all of your chakras balanced on a daily basis. And I go back to the music, right? Listening to like Hertz music, crystal bowl music, light language music. I listen to all of these most every day just to kind of stay in that balanced and spiritually inspired place. And this is going to help you as well this week. And then the last stone of choice is the blue agate. All right, special message for blue agate people for the week. Blue agate. This one's calling my attention right here. Overflow. Now, this could be taken two ways, but it says overwhelm and plenty. So again, we have free will choice, and we could choose to feel overwhelmed by our emotions and overwhelmed by lower vibrational thoughts or fear or anxiety and on and on and on. Or we can shift the perspective and allow the overflow to be about abundance and prosperity and blessings and magic. And you can see the water here, the overflow of the water. So again, there could be an overflow of an emotional release that's happening, but that is going to, if that happens, that can actually bring you to like an empty space energetically within that allows you to then put positive energy, fill yourself back up with the positive, right? The happiness, the joy, again, the abundance, the prosperity, the magic, the miracles of the universe. So let the overflow be about the plenty and the positive. So focus on that this week. I hope you all have had a wonderful last few weeks. I know there's been a lot of changes. As I said, I have gone through them too. I send you all a lot of love and light. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have a full moon lunar eclipse. So we're not done yet with some powerful, strong energies. So definitely stay tuned. And if you haven't already watched the monthly energy forecast for September, make sure to go onto my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch that monthly intuitive video. Sending you all lots of love and light and many, many blessings. Namaste, everyone.